Here's some random deer science that I happened to stumble on this week. I found a shed antler this weekend, the first weekend in February. And when I posted a picture of it on social media, a friend told me that he had noticed, anecdotally, that the majority of the shed antlers he finds early in the year are left-sided antlers. He asked if I'd ever seen any data on that. Well, I hadn't, but I knew someone who probably did have some data, and that's Brian Peterson of the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Brian has been collecting shed antlers and studying them for many years. He has a 13-year-long data set of over 1,000 shed antlers that he works with. I reached out to Brian to ask him what he thought of this. Brian told me that in his own personal shed hunting on a single trip, yes, he might see an imbalance of sides, like he might find 5 left sides and 1 right, or 4 right sides and no lefts. And when you're dealing with a small sample size like that, it's rarely going to work out evenly. However, he went back and sorted his collection of data for only sheds that he found that were fresh, had been freshly dropped based on the evidence. He had 342 of those. And when he looked at them, those 342 freshly dropped sheds broke out 51.5% right and 48.5% left. Basically, no significant difference. Brian decided to go further based on my question and divided those 342 freshly collected shed antlers into early season sheds and late season sheds that he either found early when shed hunting or late. And what he found was that among the early located fresh sheds, 49% were right and 51% were left. Late located, 52% were right and 48% were left. So again, really no significant difference. And to quote Brian, he said, there's essentially no difference here. This is a good example of the importance of sample size in science. You need a large sample size to help keep error rates low and ensure confidence in your findings. Also, if you ever ask yourself a question about deer and you think there's no way any scientist has ever investigated that question, they probably have.